My name is Matt, and I live for moments like these.
Guys, I killed the biggest buck of my life this morning.
I'm far from an expert, but using persistence and a little bit of luck, I'm able to make some pretty cool things happen. I do my best to capture the entire harvest, the kill, the prep, and my favorite part, the meal. Because to me, it's more than a hunt. It's man versus deer.
He is a mass monster. Holy cow. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another man versus deer video. If you're new to the channel, really appreciate you guys taking the time to check out a man versus deer video. And if you like hunting videos in the style of catch, clean, cook, go ahead and smack that subscribe button and smack that notifications bell. I know that you're going to like what you see when you start checking out some of the other videos. Well, guys, it is opening day of turkey season, and I am absolutely jacked. Going to an old honey hole that's produced for me in the past. I was putting some birds to bed last night, and a lot of people drove by, parked, and were listening for birds. It's a particular property that I'm on. A lot of people have permission to hunt it, and I knew I had to get here early, even though I was here first last night, to make sure that I got to hunt the spot that I was trying to roost birds in. So it's about 4 o'clock. I'm here. I'm meeting a good buddy of mine, Alex, and we're hoping for a double this morning. A lot of times when we see birds here, there's more than one. So hopefully that happens. It's early, but we're here. I am excited.
Good morning.
Morning, Alex.
Morning.
You ready to get after him, buddy?
Yes, sir. Every good turkey hunter knows that you need these right here.
I forgot to bring some, so that is that may come in handy.
Excited, boys. Excited. One of those like a kid on Christmas morning excitement. Excitement.
I'm feeling that here too. It's cold out, ain't it?
A little chilly. I think what it said, it was it 40 degrees?
Something like that. I got my big coat on.
I got mine too.
It's that cold.
40 degrees out. We're excited.
Well, guys, we're out here. We're set up. The sun has just came up. We're hearing some gobbles already. This is the stuff that, like Alex said earlier, Christmas mornings are made of. And we've got a few birds to gobble at an owl hoot to our right. And there's an area in front of us where they typically come in silent. So we've definitely got some birds that we can be in the game with, that we can call. And then we potentially have some birds in front of us, just that I know from having hunted this area before, that like to stay really quiet. So should be an eventful morning. I expect the action to pick up. It's nice and clear. It hasn't been. So it ought to be fire today. And I know we're in the right spot. I know there'll be birds here before the morning's over. Hopefully we can roll one.
Or two.
Or two. Or two. Hopefully we can roll two. We just had a bird gobble, and it was significantly closer. And then I called back to it, and there were 2 or 3 more gobbles behind it. So might start getting interesting here pretty soon. See that? So we have got 2 or 3 turkeys absolutely hammering. I mean, gobbling at everything I throw at them. Sometimes they sound closer, sometimes they sound farther away. I think there they were again. I think there was some hens or something, but the moment they lose those hens, they will be over here. They're cutting me off. They are fired up. Every time. I got eyes on 3 male turkeys in this next field over. You can kind of see just over the hedges. I lost track of that first one. He could be popping over any second.
Is he walking pretty fast? Or no?
Yeah. Just gotta keep an eye on that gap. As soon as they see that that's a jig, it'll be on. I think right now they're probably not sure. My fingers feel like they're about to fall off. Dude, they both got full gobbles. Are you sure that back one's a jig?
Yeah, looks like it. I tell you, there's another bird fixing to enter the chat.
Is he gonna shoot the gap or is he gonna come to
I think he's gonna shoot the gap.
They're both long beards, bud.
I can only see the front one. I can't see the back.
Hey, that one's trying to leave. We just doubled up. We just doubled up, baby. How awesome was that?
man.
We called those birds in. I mean, it took hours. Probably 2, maybe 3, probably 2.5 hours to call them. Called them all the way from across this backfield behind us. They circled way up and they finally came in. I'm gonna settle down and then we'll go see what we got. Well, we did it.
We did it.
Opening day double. That's the first time me and you have killed 2 birds in one morning before, but they were on separate sits. That's the first time I've ever successfully executed a 3-2-1 shoot. Thank you for not shooting on 2.
I know how to count.
Those birds, I want to flip you guys around. They were all the way on the other side of this other field somewhere. We called them all the way across. And then they came out here and circled way around. And we're just kind of staying right there. And I gave him a few yelps. He was acting weird. Once I did those yelps, they finally committed. And we got some good footage of them. They were spitting and drumming the whole way in. And then we did the 3-2-1.
3-2-1.
Boom. We're gonna go see what we got. Alex, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Beyond excited.
Alex's bird tried to crawl to Conway.
Tried to. But that heavy 18, you know, did its job.
Your second shot hit him too, I seen it.
Yeah, it did. In the face.
See what you got, buddy.
Wow, look at this bird.
See what you got for a rope.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Let me see them
Good
hooks.
size.
Yeah, dude, you killed a bigger bird.
Good size hooks on them.
My bird's hooks aren't near that big.
Nice and sharp. Let's check out this tail thing. Oh wow, look at that Missouri. Tom, look at that.
That's pretty.
Man, he's beautiful. He is beautiful.
Let's go check my bird out
Check
here.
him.
I told you I thought you got the bigger bird. Because mine has. He's got spurs, but the one. See, he's probably got. They're probably like 3/4 of an inch or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But for someone who will shoot a Jake, we'll take it. Then he's got a decent beard, probably a 9-10 inch beard.
Yeah.
Not a bad bird at all.
Not a bad
I think
bird.
yours is heavier. Let's go check.
Don't be trying to switch our birds out now, Matt.
I can't. Yours has big. Yeah, yours is noticeably heavier. I definitely got the younger bird here. Back to the truck now. Alex was not as fortunate as me. He's got to go back to work afterwards. Appreciate you hunting with me, man.
Hey,
this is one to remember.
Hey, one for the books, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're able to get it done before I have to go to work.
That's right. I asked him yesterday, I said, when you gotta leave for work, when you absolutely have to? He said, about 9. I said, say we get up at 8:50 and one's gobbling. He goes, I can maybe be a little late. And I was like, okay, sounds like you can hunt till about 1. Alex, we'll see you, buddy.
See you, brother.
We are back in my kitchen, and I am super excited about this one today. We are going to be frying up some turkey, fried steaks. We're going to be making some white peppered gravy to put over the top of it. And this is going to be a Southern comfort dish that is out of this world. If you've never chicken fried anything, you're going to have to try this. So what I've got here, I've got 2 pieces that I'm probably going to turn into 3 for this cook here. But essentially what they are is I took a turkey breast and split it right down the middle, like butterflied it. I used half of it for a video the other day, and I'm coming back and I'm going to use half of it for today's video. I'm just going to go through and thin some of these pieces that are maybe just a little too thick for what we're going for here. I'm going to separate this big piece into a third smaller piece here, and if any areas are just overly thick, I'm going to trim them down, and none of this meat goes to waste. Anything that I trim down is going to go into my grind pile. I actually like to take the trimmings and the thighs and things like that, and I actually am decently fond of turkey burgers, so none of that will go to waste. Don't you worry. So I've got 3 different pieces here. What I'm going to do now is I've got some plastic wrap, and we are going to tenderize this. Is that thick or is it just bunched up? It's just bunched up. It's going to be a big old piece right here. This is probably the one that I'm going to eat right here. So we're going to take this plastic wrap here. We're going to put it over the meat, and we are going to flatten this out and tenderize the absolute fire out of it. What we're left with at the end of this process is 3 really nice, super flat, hopefully really tender pieces of wild turkey. And this is half of one breast, and these pieces here would easily feed 3 adults. So if you had an entire turkey breast, you could probably make 6 good-sized chunks out of this. So this is what it looks like. This is one of the pieces. I've got another piece in there just as big, and then I've got a slightly smaller piece too. But as you can see, it's going to be some sizable portions. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put our buttermilk right on top of this, okay? And we're actually going to let it marinate in the buttermilk for at least an hour, maybe more. Buttermilk has a lot of enzymes and properties that will break meat down. And again, this is something that you can also use with your deer tenderloin too. So this is going to go in the fridge for roughly an hour, maybe a little bit longer, and then we will come out and start the process of frying. All right, guys, our turkey has been marinating for a good 2 hours, and we are now ready to bread this stuff and fry this stuff, and that is exactly what we are going to do. The first step in this process is going to be to make our breading. And for our breading, we're going to use some regular flour. We're going to get a decent amount in here because we got 3 of these to do, and we're going to be double dipping them. Okay, once we got our flour in there, we're going to take and add just a little bit of cornstarch to it. I usually like to add a little bit of baking powder too, but I thought I had some, and unfortunately I do not. It does make a little bit of a difference, so if you're making this at home, make sure you put about a half a tablespoon of baking powder in there too. I use this in almost every video, it seems like, with this smoked salt and pepper rub from Pit Boss. I love it. I use it on almost everything. I'm going to be pretty liberal with that in here. I hit it with some onion powder right before that. And we're just going to give everything a really good mixing in here. Okay, a lot of people that I see do this, they go ahead and they make an egg wash. I would absolutely hate for this buttermilk to go to waste. And a lot of times when I'm frying stuff, I actually like to use buttermilk as my binder on here, and I'm going to do that in this case. So I'm going to take my turkey. It's going to go straight out of the buttermilk and right into our mixture here. I'm going to make sure it's nice and covered on all sides. I'm going to pat it in, make sure it gets nice and covered. And then it is going straight back in to that buttermilk. And then right back in to our flour. It's going to give it a really, really nice country fried breading that you're used to. And this one is ready to fry. I'm going to repeat that process for the other 2 pieces we have in here, and then our oil should be hot by then. All right, guys, we got our turkey breaded. It looks good. It smells good. These are big, heavy, thick pieces of meat. They're going to take a minute to cook. For that reason, I don't want my oil to be overly hot. I would normally do this outside in a deep fryer, but it's fixing to rain outside, so I'm inside on the stove. I've got the oil on about a medium heat, and ideally these things are going to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. We're going to put them in the oil. We're going to pull them when they temp 165, and I think these things are going to be amazing. We're a couple minutes in, it's starting to get to the right color. We're going to go ahead and flip this.
We are over temp. We're done. We're gonna let this cool for a few minutes, and then we're gonna dive right into it. We are done frying. It is time to start eating. Before we do that though, I want to take a second and admire this thing. It is like a work of art. Smells amazing. That black pepper from the gravy in this is hitting me all at once. That double dipping has made the breading on this just super thick, and it almost crunches when you pick it up. I mean, the breading on that is just like massively thick. That is all breading right there. I know for a fact that frying stuff in buttermilk is amazing because I've done it so much, and we put the perfect amount of seasonings and spices in this, so I know it's going to be good. With that being said, let's dive into this and see what it's all about. We're going to get a nice corner piece right here, and we're going to cut it in half here. It came out of the breading. We can't have that. We're going to stuff this back in its shell here, and to get the full chicken fried turkey experience, we're going to take this bite here, and we're going to dip it into some white gravy and see what it's all about. You can kind of see how thick the breading is there. Very well seasoned. I think this is going to be awesome. Let's check it out. That is some good eating right here. Oh man. I'm going to take another bite of that. That meat is nice and tender. That buttermilk and the enzymes in it did a good job breaking everything down. We didn't over fry it too. That's really important. You want to pull it right at about 165 or as close as you can get. The breading on here is phenomenal. I had to stop for a minute and go get a big old glass of milk because I ate so much of that. That was phenomenal. There's nothing about that I would do differently. Really, really solid meal and a great way to prepare wild turkey. I know a lot of people get weird when you talk about maybe not deep frying turkey, but this is a really good alternate way to prepare it. You're still deep frying it. You're just taking the breading and making it a little bit thicker and frying a bigger chunk of meat at one time. But it's well worth doing. And you pair that with some white gravy, you are eating good, I promise. And that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that watching this made you want to come back and watch another man versus deer video. And speaking of that, as this video closes, in the suggested videos, there's going to be a video pop up that says from turkey legs to turkey burgers. Very, very similar kind of hunt. I go out, I harvest a nice bird, I grind the meat from the legs, and I make some phenomenal turkey burgers. You guys will have to give that a watch. I really want to thank you guys for taking the time to check out a man versus deer video. I've got links in the description for hats, for hoodies, for all the different styles of gear that I use. Make sure that you check that out. I want to give all the glory to God. I want to wish you guys the best of luck next time you're in the woods, and thanks again for watching.